Good morning, good day, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you're at, whenever you're watching this video. This time, this box of nickels is actually nickels. This is actually box number 21 of my Hunt and Fill albums here. We are at 189 nickels out of 196. We just need those key dates and a couple silvers to complete off this box challenge, fill these albums. But like I said, this is number 21. Now, I've already opened this box. In part, this box got dropped. You can see it got broken on the side. It is circulated. That's the big things to look at. But no enders. I did look for that. No significant enders except for this first row right there. We've got a Canadian ender. And then over here, we've got a very slick ender. I think I've got a 1940 somewhere, but I'm going to start. We'll do this one live together. So you can see here is that ender. I can't really see if there's a mint mark on that, so that's on this side here. And let's just take a quick look and see what we have. So no edges really looking out, but let's see what this slicky is. And that is nice. 1949 Philadelphia. So at least we're getting one oldie in there. I'll take maybe a closer look at these. Probably not. They are only nickels. Let's just go through this real quick. 64. So just the 49 out of that first roll. I'm going to get going on the rest of these rolls, and I will bring you in for the next find or halfway through the box for the summary. All right, folks, that didn't take long. Roll number 3 of this, and this just popped up. Wow, 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 wow. Let's take a zoom in on this, and that is not getting as clear as I thought. Let's try this again. 1939. Look how clear, clean, beautiful coin. He does have that scratch right across his face. But more importantly, take a look at that. That is a San Francisco mint. 1939, San Francisco. Beautiful coin. Key date 4 million and a book filler. This is one of those years I was needing, so this is already turning out 3 rolls into it to be a nice, nice box. All right, folks, I wanted to bring you in for this one. This is the Canadian ender there. So let's take a look and see what else we have in this roll. So, oh, I got a nice little toned one there, but let's take a look. That ender is a 1970S. I do like those S's. Let's take a look at this Canadian 1986. So that's just a modern Canadian. Nothing big there. The only one out of there was that Canadian. So there we go, 1986. Oop, that's our foreign find. Gonna bring you in for the next find. All right, guys, here we are at the midway point of box number 21. I did get this stunner, if I can get a focus. There we go. 1967. That's a Philly, but man, when you see that, that's some deep, deep stamping on there. That is some nice shininess. I don't know if this is going to do it justice or not. But man, just look at that. So I don't know. They didn't do proofs back then, but I'm wondering if this might not be a SMS, special mint set, that they had. Other finds in these first 10 roll or 25 rolls, we do have a 1986 Canadian. We got a modern 2000 Canadian, 2 from 68, 2 from 69, 370 San Francisco mints, pulling those out. But here is the find of the first half. Look at that, 1939. This is that lower mintage San Francisco. Beautiful coin to see, and that is a book filler. We have a 1940 Philadelphia here, but take a look at that. That must have been the end roller there. We got that ring of death here through. You can see it through the trust and through the date. Oh man, can't talk right now. We have two from 1941, and both of those are Slick and Philly. We have a very dirty 1947, also from Philadelphia. And we had a 1949, that is also from Philadelphia. So standard coins, nothing to write home about other than that one of the 1950s. We do have this 1954. That is a nice looking Denver. I love the dirty, how that brings out the toning, the dirt on it, just adds character to it. We got a 56 Denver, two from 1957, and one from Philly, one from Denver. So we got the set there. And we had 1959, two of those, and we've got both of those are from Denver. So that's it. 25 rolls, pretty quiet, but a nice spread across there. One nice possible mint set and one low mintage book filler. I'm happy with the first half of the box. Let's see what the second half is going to bring us. Take a look at this, folks. We are at roll number 26. The second half is looking really good. To start, we got ourselves a buffalo. Unfortunately, I even put that underneath the scope. That is slick, slick, slick. We can barely see the tops of the Liberty. There is no date on there. I tried under the microscope, and no mint mark. So there we go. It's our first buffalo in a while, but she is a slicky, no date buffalo. Bring you in for the next one. All right, here we are, roll number 45, and take a look at this. This is a great roll. What a way to end that. Look at that. That is a semi-quincentennial. That is 1776 to 2026. That is a Denver, but look what's right behind it. This is actually a couple of coins later. Look at that. We had a semi-quincentennial and a nice clear date, 1973 Buffalo nickel in the same roll. 1937, flipping it, and no mint mark. That is a Philadelphia. Don't see the horn on the buffalo, so that is rubbed a little bit thin. Some of the details, a little bit in the feather, not too bad, but man, clear date. That's what I like seeing. So we had a buffalo and a semi-quincentennial in roll number 45. 5 more rolls to go, and I'll be able to bring you in for the box summary. All right, folks, here we are at the end of box number 21, Hunt and Fill. This is doesn't quite all fit in here, but we'll go through this real quick. This was a decent box. It's good to see a box come through. Let's see here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Canadians. We have an 85, we have 3 86, 2 from 88, and 1 2000 Canadian cents up top here. We did have a lower limited. Focus. Well, okay, maybe you won't be seeing this one. This is the limited mintage. There you go, 2009 Denver. We did have both a P and a D. The D is the one I needed for the book, but we have P and D semi-quincentennial. So we had the extremes in this one. So these are 2026, this year, newest releases in circulation being found, and it's a set. I had the 2026 Philly. Now I got the Denver to complete. So that is book fill number 1. I did have this brilliant. I started looking at it in comparison. That's a brilliant 1967 partial step in there, but not an upgrader for me, surprisingly. But that's a brilliant coin nonetheless. I thought possibly SMS set, but I'm rethinking that now. 68 San Francisco 2, 69 San Francisco 3, and we have 5 1970 San Francisco Mint, so I do keep all of those. But now we get into the joys. Not quite a herd, but we did get 2 buffaloes out of this box. That first one was very slick, no date on it, and then the other one clear, 1937. That is a beautiful buffalo. That is from the Philly. So not an album fill or upgrade for me. I do have that one already. It's a very common buffalo. But this one is an album fill for me. 1939. But that is San Francisco. That is a beauty. That is a lower key date coin and a book filler for me. So 2 fillers in this hunt. Of the 40s, We have one here. There we go. One Philadelphia 1940, two 1941 Philadelphias. We have 1942 Philadelphia, 46, 47, 48, and 49, all of which are Philadelphias. Of our 1950, we have two 1952 Philadelphia. We have a 53, both of which are Denver. We have a 54 Denver, 56 Denver. We have a set for the 57s. We have a Philly and two Denvers of the 57s. We have three 1958 Denvers and three 1959 Denvers. So all relatively common, but for a box, two Buffaloes, two semi-quincentennials, a 2009. This is a great box overall. But what makes the box the beauty, so I make a mess here, is this right here. That page is full. I still need that 1950 Denver. We need that 1944 and 1943 Denver Silvers. But look right there, 1939 San Francisco. Boom, that is filled. And then we need that 38 and D and S. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more nickels to go. Box number 21 gives us our numbers. We're at 191 out of 196 possible. Again, we had the Buffaloes in there. We had that book filler of the 39S and the book filler of the 39D, which I don't know what I'm going to do with here, because this book here, and being an anniversary, yeah, all of those are filled. And you get down here, and I had to write in some. We had 23s, 24s, 25s. I had the 26 Philly. There's my 26 Denver. Just no spot for that, so we'll figure that one out soon. I'll still looking on ways I could do that, or whenever they come up with the next book for the nickels. So if you guys made it all the way to the end here, thank you for doing so. If you haven't already, please remember, hit that subscribe button. Give me those thumbs up. Work that YouTube algorithm here. Let me know what you think of these hunts. Box Hunt and Fills are great albums, great hunts, great videos to do. Let me know where you're at with your albums. Put those comments down there below. And until the next time, folks, have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and happy hunting.